This is the new look of the Hands-on Equations app for the iPad, the free light version. Let's click on this first link here.
Students no longer have to be intimidated by algebra. Today, a new educational tool called Hands-on Equations is making the subject fun and easier to learn. The innovative teaching system is designed to help students as early as the 3rd grade easily understand algebraic equations using a physical and visual model.
Now let's click on the menu of lessons, and we notice that there are 3 lessons on this free app. Each lesson begins with a video introduction, which is followed by 2 practice examples and 10 exercises. Let's look at lesson 1C to get an idea of this first lesson. We're told to find the value of the pawn if both sides balance. Now, if you try to move these game pieces in the first lesson, we get a pop-up that says, in later lessons you will be able to move the game pieces. For now, please use reasoning or guess and check to figure out the value of the pawn. So let's say we try 1. Let's consider x equals 1, that the value of the pawn is 1. If so, we would have a value on the left side of 1, 2, 3, and 1 is 4. And on the right side we have value of 1 and 5, which is 6. And we see that 4 does not equal 6, and we get a pop-up that x is not 1. Our goal is to find the value of the pawn that will make both sides balance. So let's consider x equals to 2. When x is 2, on this side I have 2, 4, 6, and 1 is 7. Let's put a 7 over here. And on this side I have 2 and 5, which is also 7. So both sides do have the same value, and therefore x equals 2 is the correct answer to this problem. Let's now go and jump to lesson number 3, and let's look at example 3C. First, we need to set up this equation. The x's are the blue pawns. When it says 2 x's, we will need 2 blue pawns up here. And now it says to add an x, we'll put another blue pawn, and a 4, so we'll place a cube with the number 4. On the right side, I have 4 x's and a value of 1. Now in the 3rd lesson, the students learned that if both sides have the same value, that's what the equal sign means, then we can take away a pawn from each side and the balance will be maintained. Let's do that again. We take a pawn from each side and we do it a 3rd time. Notice that we now have a much simplified equation. On this side I have a 4. On this side I have a pawn and a 1 cubed. Therefore the pawn must be 3 because 3 and 1 is 4. So let's place x equal to 3 here. Now if we try to do the check where we are now, on this side I have a 4. And on the right side x is 3. 3 and 1 is also 4. So 4 does equal 4, but notice that you get a pop-up that says reset the problem to do the check, because 4 is not the check when x is 3 to the original problem. So what we do now is we clear the board and we set up the problem one more time. 2x's plus x plus 4 equals to 4x's plus 1. And if each x is 3, we have 3, 6, 9, and 4 is 13. 3, 6, 9, 12, and 1 is also 13. So both sides do have the value, the same value, and we get the grade pop-up. Notice that we also have something called the auto check. The auto check will do the arithmetic for you. Now some younger students like the auto check because they can test themselves whether they can do the arithmetic faster than the app can do the arithmetic. And so both sides are 13. However, the recommendation is to always do the check on your own because you want to be empowered mathematically and then to use the number wheel to enter the value of the check. So once you finish with example C of each lesson, you're ready to go to the exercises for that lesson. Notice that the exercises are divided into 2 portions. One is the new work and the other is the previous work. So the student is always reinforcing what they learned prior to this lesson. And notice that when you have completed a problem, you'll have a check mark. So when you come back to that lesson, you will know which examples you have already done. So this then is the Hands-on Equations app for the iPad, the free light version. It is an app that is sure to be enjoyed by your child or your students at school, and they will be building a strong foundation for later algebraic work.